For anyone without a white-collar job, this town is hell. And with mere weeks left on our lease, it won't be long before my sister and I experience that hell for ourselves. Of course, looking back over our lives until this point, I can't really complain. Before our parents passed away, Sarah and I lived sheltered, easy lives, never worrying for a second about housework or finances. We lived good lives in a safe neighborhood. We attended an adequate school, ate healthily, and never were far from any medical help. So now, even with all that being stripped away, we're still better off than most others in our situation. Or at least we would be. If I hadn't just single-handedly destroyed our new lives. No matter what excuse I give, whether I blame my boss's penny pinching, the foreign anger I felt surging through my body, or merely my desperate need for cash, it doesn't change the fact that I killed a man. Even so, I don't feel guilty. I barely even regret the loss of life. If anything, it was the most fun I had in months. A single moment of pure bliss taking me away from the harsh reality of my new life. Rather, what's eating away at me now is the imminent aftermath. Thanks to my selfish act of revenge and self-indulgence, I now have to explain to my only family why, after a mere 2 weeks in this house, we'll be forced to move again. Without a stable source of income, we won't be able to live here much longer, and I refuse to allow my sister to be subjected to the discrimination and crime that makes this city so unlivable for the poor. But with my only chance of recovery resting in the hands of a friend, who essentially blackmailed me into meeting with him tonight, I have no illusions over how this will go. So if my choices are to give Sara fair warning before our lease expires, or to place my faith in a criminal who I've known for a mere 2 weeks, then, well, can I even call that a choice? As soon as I entered my temporary home, I noticed a pleasant scent coming from the kitchen. Following my nose, I traced the source of the scent back to the chef of the household, who immediately ran over to my side. "Ah, welcome back. I thought it was about time for you to get home. I've been waiting all afternoon." The young girl waiting for me was Sara, my twin sister, the only family that I have left. Unlike me, Sara is still in school, so she's been getting home a few hours earlier than I have lately, giving her ample time to take care of the household chores. Kind, gentle, dependable, smart, Sara is the image of an ideal little sister, one without whom I would never have made it this far. I'm not that late, am I?
Not at all. In fact, you're just in time.
In time? For what? Given my first observation upon entering the house, I already had a good idea of what awaited me. However, even with Sara standing before me while wearing an apron, something didn't seem right. In a house with few appliances and shelves stocked with cheap instant food, my sister, who had never cooked for me before, had somehow whipped up a proper meal in anticipation of my return. Could I ignore the fact that this house smells like real food for once? But where on earth did the ingredients and utensils come from? Since Sara and I began living on our own, we've been eating instant food almost every day, unable to afford anything better. With the petty cash we had left, there was no way Sara could have bought any of this.
In the saucepan we have white sauce and chunks of sun-dried tomatoes, and in the pot we have fettuccine pasta. I hope you're hungry.
Hungry is an understatement, but if there's one thing more powerful than my stomach, it's my curiosity. Sara, where did you get the money for all this? And since when have you known how to cook?
I go out of my way to cook dinner for you, and this is how you react? Fine then, I guess I'll have to eat it all myself.
I knew I should have stopped after the first question. Oh well, forget it. Sara probably borrowed some things from school, or from one of her friends.
Anyway, where have you been? Usually you'd been home an hour ago.
Shit, that's right. Given the situation, I hadn't even thought about what time it was. Is it worth trying to come up with an excuse now? Okay, make an excuse or dismiss her question. I'm going to make an excuse. Even if it's rehearsed, it's better than nothing. Sorry about that. I got caught up talking to a colleague of mine.